Welcome to another episode of Tabletop Rebellion. I'm Mike Hill. Today we're going to be unboxing Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, designed by Jonathan Ying and published by Renegade Game Studios. Along with the base game, we're also going to be unboxing most of the expansions. We got Shattered Grid, Cyclosis, Megazord, Bulk and Skull, and 2 packs of the dice. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, before we get into the unboxing, let's take a look at the back of the box. Here we can see kind of what the game is about. It is an area control game. You're going to be defending iconic places in Power Rangers from Putties, from Rita Repulsa's monsters. You got famous places like Angel Grove Park and Ernie's Juice Bar. So this is just a basic overview. It's a 2 to 5 player game, 45 to 60 minutes. And they say ages 14 plus. So let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. All right, first thing is I have not opened this box yet. This is the first time I will see anything in here, so I'm extremely excited. First thing I can see, I really like how the art is. So you got the colored art, and then you got the black and white down here. That's really nifty. All right, so. We have Renegade's little pamphlet with all their games that they always put in their games there. We have, and these are, they're just telling you the different expansions. I think this is the only one we don't have here is the Villains pack. Here we got the rules book. And, all right, now we get into some punch board. So, first, all right, it's nice thick cardboard. The printing is really nice. It's kind of glossy. Here's the different locations. Here you can see Angel Grove. That's the Angel Grove High. And then here we got Angel Grove Park. Again, and then, yeah, there we go. We'll talk about all the pieces in a minute. And then a couple more punch boards here. Ernie's Juice Bar. And then you get your Megazord power up here with the tracker on it. Again, more punch board. All right, now we go straight from the punch board into the figures. I guess we could talk a little bit about the punch board first. Like, this art is all really nice. I like how they got a place for the Megazord deck. Let's see. Oh, just the logo printed on the back there. Double-sided printing is really nice. You can also see that here on the juice bar. Just like that. But yeah, overall very nice art. It's going to be extremely thematic considering it is a Power Rangers game. We got baggies for bits. And then, all right. I'll just slide this over here. That way you can see what we're getting into. All right, so right on top we got the putties. All right, let's check these minis out. That's not very good. All right. These guys are pretty crazy here. I think it's, I like the quality of the miniatures. There's like no flashing. They're like very high quality, very detailed miniatures. So these are the super putties. Oh. Below that we got the smaller putties here. Again, very detailed, very, you know, quality miniature. It's got a good weight to it. No flashing. Yeah, really nice. That's the first stack is the putties. Now we get into the Power Rangers. You know, I do like that the whole miniature is the color of the Power Ranger, but I don't know. It's nice. It's very nice, and it's easy to see. I'm gonna paint these obviously, so I guess I don't know. The red's gonna go away, and then I'm gonna paint it. I guess I could leave the bases the colors that they are. So you got like the yellow base, the red base, pink base, blue base, and black base. So swords are fairly straight. Again, good detailing on the miniatures. Nice heavy weight. Then we got the villains. These are pretty awesome. I got to see these at Gen Con, and I fell in love with the game. This was probably one of my most anticipated games for Gen Con, so I was lucky enough to get my hands on a bunch of copies, copy and a bunch of expansions at the Renegade Games booth. Here we got Rita Repulsa. She's looking, oh wait, no, that's not. There's Rita right there with her staff. She's very angry most of the time. She does a lot of yelling. I don't know how she keeps her voice with all that yelling. Again, more villains. There we go. And then we get into the cards. Let me pull all the cards out here. These clear dice. We'll put these back. Move this over, and we can look at the cards. Alright, so these are the area cards. Alright. So these are the combat cards here. First, let's look at they all got it looks like the art from the comic books, which I really like that art style. Oh, that's really nice right there. Yeah, focus in. The finish, it's a nice thick card. It's a gloss finish, not a linen finish. But you have your different combat cards here. There's 50 of them. These are your Foot Soldier Putty Patrol Deployment cards. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more in here. Alright. So again, we have more Putty Patrol and Super Putty Patrol Deployment cards here. We have, these are going to be, yeah, deployment cards for the bosses here. You got Pudgy Pig, Bones, Nasty Knight, and Madame Woe, and of course Rita Repulsa. So next we have, these are going to be the monster enemy cards here for each monster. We can take a look at these. Oh wow, this art is very nice. Yeah, again, all art from the comic books, it looks like. Yeah. And again, you know, it's going to be the same for all the cards. It's going to be a gloss finish, nice sturdy thick cards. I think they should still be sleeved. Every card should be sleeved in my opinion. Super Putty Patrol deployment cards here, and Putty Patrol deployment cards. Oh, I'm sorry, these aren't deployment cards, these are the enemy cards. And here you see the different, again, more art from the comic books, the different health, abilities. Guard means you can't attack another card before this card. There was one fast that we saw earlier. You got to do it immediately. Passive, it's done at all times. So again, those are more cards there. Now, here we see is the Megazord deck. The Zord cards. Here's 6 of these. I'm going to show all the different Zords. So these are flipped over every time that tracker goes up, and each ranger gets their Zord at whatever time their card comes up. So that's that deck there. Oh, I guess we can get some of the art. Super nice. And there's the final card where you make the Megazord. Then everybody can use the power. And then here, the character cards. You know, you can be Jason, you can be Billy, you can be Zach, you can be Kimberly, you can be Trini, it doesn't matter. You pick, you be the ranger. Awesome. We have dice. And I think that is it for the core box. Let's go ahead and clean this up, and then we will move on to the expansions. All right, now that we got that cleaned up, let's go ahead and get into some of the expansions. First, we'll start with Shattered Grid. If you don't know the Shattered Grid storyline, it has to do with the White Ranger basically never becoming good. He becomes Dracoon and threatens the universe with death. It is a cool storyline, cool comic book. You should definitely check it out. Yeah, first off, the box is double printed. Again, I like the matte and the gloss print together. Here we go. That way you guys can see it. I think it looks really nice. The art is it just pops. It's cool art. Again, this is the first time you've seen it. They're doing the same thing with the edge of the box there. They got the color on top and the black and white on bottom. All right. So again, more info on the expansions. Introduction to the components. We got in here, these are gonna be, again, the booklet. Then we got more location cards, or more location pieces. I'll put those over here. Slide that over. There we go. And then we got 7 Ranger figures. These are alternate figures that you can use with different power cards. Let's get into the minifigure, the minifigures here. All right, got the Yellow Ranger there. Again, a very nice miniature, detailed, heavy. I like the thick bases. A lot of the times miniatures come on real thin bases and they don't stand up well. These are nice and sturdy. Here we got foot soldiers. These aren't your average putties here. These guys are going to be a little tougher. All right. Here we got one of the monster figures. Very cool, very detailed. I don't know what that guy's name is. I'll find out in a second. Again, these are more of the power cards. I'm sorry, the the character cards and the Zord cards. We'll get into those in a second. More deployment cards, monster cards, and power cards, or combat cards. Let's look at some more of the Power Rangers here. These are just great minifigures. I like the shield. Very nice. I'll put you away. There we go. It looks like that's Draccoon right there. Very awesome. Alright, let's get into these cards here. We will start with the Ranger, the character cards, and the Zord cards. So these are all the Rangers from the Shattered Grid universe. So you have Marvin Shee, Vesper Vasquez, Jack Thomas, Chloe Ashford, Eddie Banks, Jen Scotts, Laura Sheba. If I said those names wrong, let me know in the comment below. Again, here is the art, the back of the cards, and we'll set those down there. Alright, here is the new Zord that you will be building. It's the Lion Hyper Zord, the Serpent Hyper Zord, the Ram Hyper Zord, the Phoenix Hyper Zord, and Time Fly 5. Alright. Very cool Zord cards there. Let's move into the deployment decks. Actually, it doesn't look like there's any deployment in here. So here you got Draccoon's combat deck, it looks like. Yep, there's this combat deck. Oh, that big guy was Black Dragon. That's what it was. Here's the some of the art on that side, and some of the art on this side. Let's take a closer look there. Yeah. These are the same quality as in the base game. There's no difference. Sometimes you see in expansions and stuff like that, the quality will be different than what you're getting, but they feel the same thickness, the same gloss, all of that. Mastodon Trooper, and then here we got our deployment deck for the boss, the monsters, all kinds of stuff. And then here we got the combat cards for the Rangers. All right. All right, and the last bit of cards here. Man, I always have so much trouble with these. Here we go. And yeah, just more combat cards. Just a bunch of them. Blade Blaster. Let's see. Coiling Viper. Oh, that sounds tricky. Python Grab. But yeah, just a ton more of the combat deck. That's what you'll be using in the Shattered Grid storyline. Put those there. And that's it. So basically, Shattered Grid is going to add more locations. It's going to add more monsters. the different characters that you can choose to play, and that's what it's adding. Again, it's just an expansion. This is the biggest expansion so far of the expansions they've had for Power Rangers. All right, let's get this cleaned up, and we'll move on to the final 3 smaller expansions. All right, let's move on to the final small box expansions. We have, the small boxes, but they're pretty awesome. First, we got the Cyclosis deluxe figure. So this doesn't, unlike Megazord just adds the miniature to the game as opposed to a token, as opposed to just having this token here. You get to use the Megazord. But this actually adds something to the game. This adds a new boss to the fight. So let's get into the miniature here. This thing is awesome. It's huge. And it just, man, it brings back childhood memories, which is really cool. Yeah, high quality figure. Again, no flashing, a little bit. This bigger one does have a bit of flashing, but nothing you can't clean up real quick before painting. These definitely need to be painted. And then here we got the combat cards that comes with it. This is the instructions that talk about the deployment, the combat cards, everything that you're getting in the box. Yeah, so the deployment card. I'm curious how this works. It has things, it says like head of Cyclosis, right arm of Cyclosis. I guess you have to defeat every piece of him. I don't know. We'll see. I have to read the rules. Again, this is the first look, the unboxing, just as you're seeing it, I'm seeing it. Wow, very nice art. There's the different pieces of his body there. So yeah, that's that one. Setting that up there. So like I said, Megazord is just the minifigure. He doesn't add any expansion to the game, unlike Cyclosis. But come on, it's Megazord. You gotta have the Megazord. Wow, look at that thing. I'll admit, I did open this one before the unboxing. I had to open this before I even got home from Gen Con. This thing is just amazing. I can't wait to paint this thing. Put that right there. Drop that down there. All right, here we got Bulk and Skull, our 2 favorite antagonists. I don't know what they are. They're just like the comic relief, I guess, is what you would call them. They're a funny duo. Again, the flyer with all the different expansions, their book of games, and Bulk and Skull. So here you have their Zord cards. The Bacon Dawn and the Feather Dactyl. So cool. And everybody's favorite Purple Ranger, Bulk. Just filling out that costume real nice. There you go. Here are their minifigures. Nice quality, nice posing, nice posing, nice solid base. Bulk, you're getting your money's worth. He's they're funny characters, I'll admit. And finally, their combat deck, what they're bringing to the game. Everybody needs some of that big pig energy, you know. So there's that. The rest of their deck here. All of their combat. And finally we got dice. Everybody loves dice. It's you need 2 sets so that everybody can roll their own color without having to share. So of course I got 2 sets because everybody loves dice. Let's get them out and roll a little bit, and that will bring us out of the video. Oh yeah. Oh, there's dice everywhere. So yeah, they're nice and chunky. Colors really pop. You got them for all the Rangers. Again, you don't necessarily need these dice. You have dice in the base game, but if you just want to enhance your experience, you got to get the colored dice to go with the for each Ranger. And that's Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below telling me what Power Rangers content you want to see. Make sure to visit us at tabletoprebellion.com to stay up to date with all our content. Visit us on all the social medias to see what games we're playing right now. I'm Mike Hill, this is Tabletop Rebellion, bringing people together one game at a time.